Welcome back, everybody, to Legacy Politics. We just hit 84 subscribers to the YouTube channel. Can we get to 100 by Election Day? Please like this video down below and subscribe to the channel. Also, please subscribe to my Twitter account at Legacy Politics. We just hit over 2,000 followers, so thank you for that. And my Instagram account also at Legacy Politics. We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to be previewing the vice presidential debate. We're going to be talking about President Trump testing positive for COVID-19. We're also going to be talking about the presidential debate last Tuesday. And we're going to be talking about the current demographics trends in the presidential election, all being covered today. Big video, which I'm probably going to start releasing videos every single Monday unless there is a big change in the election. But every single Monday is going to be my weekly, and that'll start getting more increasing as we get closer and closer to election day. So let's jump right in with a preview of the vice presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Mike Pence. The VP debate will be at the University of Utah on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Now, there'll be about 150 people there actually watching the debate, and it could be smaller than that because of President Trump testing positive for coronavirus. Susan Page is going to be the moderator for the debate. I think that's the first woman to moderate a debate in a long time, a vice presidential debate at least, in a long time. She works for USA Today, and she's covered the White House for 4 decades, and she's been there through 6 presidencies, as reported in this article. So we'll see Kamala Harris and Mike Pence debated. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. I think that Mike Pence should be able to handle Kamala Harris. We saw in the 2020 Democratic debates that Kamala Harris's complete campaign went off rails when Tulsi Gabbard absolutely destroyed her in the debates, and that was the end of Kamala Harris until Joe Biden selected her for vice presidency. And I think that Mike Pence isn't as strong as Donald Trump in debates, but he did debate Timothy Kaine very, very well. That was one of the best debates of 2016 that I watched it. I don't know, there wasn't a lot of people who watched it, but there was a good bit of people that did, and a lot of people said that Mike Pence won it, and it was the knockout punch. They called it the Trump-Pence knockout punch when he told Timothy Kaine, when he confronted him about how they'd been calling Trump supporters, and that was Mike Pence's best moment in that debate. I do think that Mike Pence will be a little calm. I think that he won't. He'll attack in his own way. He won't attack in the way Trump does. He'll attack in his own way. I like to call it kind of like soft burns. That's what I kind of think Vice President Mike Pence will do. Kamala Harris, I think she'll be really strong. I think she'll be coming out swinging most of the night, but not going to be blaming Mike Pence for a lot. She'll be mainly just bashing the president, as she always does. And I don't really think it's going to be a debate on whether or not these two candidates should be vice president, but rather whether they're running mates, or rather the people they're running with, the presidential candidates, should be president or not. So I don't really think that it'll be much of an issue. I don't think it will swing voters to either side, but it could be good. I really think that Mike Pence will win the debate, but I think it'll be a fun debate to watch. So I really encourage you to watch it. It's going to be on every major cable news network. So my preview is just Mike Pence, just be yourself. Kamala Harris is going to be bashing the president the entire time. So I mean, it's going to be an interesting debate. I do think it's going to be interesting if pro-life and pro-choice is brought up, because Mike Pence is probably the most far-right candidate for pro-life, and Kamala Harris is probably the far left in pro-choice. So that will be a very good segment if that is brought up for the vice presidential debate on Wednesday. So what do y'all think? I think that the vice presidential debate is going to be good. This is a good article if you want to go read it. It's actually not fake news. It's by Bianca Rodriguez, and it's on maryclaire.com. So it should be a good debate. Now let's talk about President Donald Trump testing positive for coronavirus. Now this was kind of a surprise. He tweeted, I believe it was Thursday night. President Trump said that he was starting the quarantine process, and then he would be tested. And then he tweeted later that night that he did test positive for coronavirus. I think that this actually helps him. In my opinion, President Trump testing positive for coronavirus actually helps him in the long run. Because if you think about it, this is from China. Nobody can disagree with that. If you think that that's wrong, then you need to be looking back at your history. This came from China. President Trump has said that all along. And the only thing he hasn't done to defeat the coronavirus is actually had it himself and defeated it. And I think that's going to help him. And I think that it kind of brings him back to basically he's a human being, and it kind of really strengthens his base if Donald Trump. And I think he will. He's looking better, and he said he could even be released today from Walter Reed. But I think that it's going to strengthen his base because he's defeated the coronavirus, and it's really going to put a more symptomatic feel on Donald Trump that he's human. He's gone through what over millions of people have gone through, and he's defeated it. And it kind of gives a really big motivation that, like, if he can defeat it, then we know we can defeat it as a nation. I think that President Trump's going to say that. He even said it in his video. He said, "I know a lot more about the coronavirus now since I've had it, and we can defeat it together." And like right here, he said, "Tonight, Flotus and I tested positive. We will get through this together." So I think that's what the Trump campaign is going to be doing. We can do it together. I've done it. We will do it together. So I think it helps him in the long run. Do I think that it helps him win the election? I think it could, because I think that he could really strengthen his base after he tested positive, because there's a lot of the most liked tweet for a politician that I've seen in a long time when he said he tested positive. I don't know if that goes both sides, but it does help him, in my opinion, because it's going to strengthen his base, and it's really going to bring him back down, that he's a normal human being and that he defeated it. He has defeated the China virus. The steel man has defeated the plague, and it really just brings it down to earth. Now, I also want to talk about the the presidential debate on Tuesday night. Let me switch it over here. The presidential debate on Tuesday night. It was unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen a debate like that. I really think President Trump won. And it's not because he was interrupting so much, but it was because he knows that this is a strength debate. He knows that this is a base debate, that all this, or not debate, this is a base election. Whichever candidate can drive out their base more will win the election, and that's proven. The people who are undecided right now are really not knowing who to vote for, and President Trump knows that, and Joe Biden knows that too. So Joe Biden was looking in the debate, and he was saying, "Look at me." He looked right at the camera several times, and he was like, "Is there a chair in your house that's empty because of someone dying of COVID?" And President Trump was very assertive. He was interrupting a lot, and he was very assertive in his terminology. And President Trump actually tweeted this, and he said that he was versus Joe Biden and Chris Wallace, which I think I agree with. Chris Wallace did a horrible job moderating. I've never seen a worse job in my whole life, moderating a debate. And President Trump was debating both, and he even said that in the debate when he said, "I guess I'm debating you and not him." So I think that President Trump, you can say that he interrupted too much, and you can say that all you want, but there's nobody in America who is going to be like, "I'm not voting for Donald Trump because he interrupted too much." That's just stupid. So I think if you really go down the ballot, if you really go down the policy issues, President Trump won on every single debate. Now, and former Vice President Joe Biden, man, he gave some low blows to President Trump, like calling him a racist on national television. He called President Trump, he told him to shut up. He told him he was the worst president he's ever had. President Trump didn't do that to Biden. So in my opinion, Biden was more of a jerk. President Trump interrupted, but he had to interrupt. He was forced to interrupt. Most of the times he was interrupting a lot was when Chris Wallace was interrupting him in his 2 minutes. And President Trump debates where he inserts little things like wrong, no, oh really. He did that in 2016, so I don't know why anybody thought that it would be different in 2020. The difference was that he was having to talk over Chris Wallace and Joe Biden at the same time, so it sounded like he was interrupting a lot where he really wasn't. And also, Joe Biden actually started interrupting. Joe Biden really interrupted first. If you go back and watch the debate, he interrupted Donald Trump on the President Trump on the Supreme Court nominee. He was interrupting him. So, do I think President Trump won the debate? Yes, I do. And most polls show that Donald Trump won the debate, except for stupid polls like CNN and Fox News. Man, Fox News is getting bad, guys. I don't know what's going on there. It said that Joe Biden was ahead by 14 in the national aggregate, which is completely ridiculous and just stupid. I mean, I don't really know what Fox News is doing. There's only like 3 good people on Fox News now, so you know what? Just boycott all news. We're gonna be going through this president, and President Trump has shown that all of this news is bad. So just hanging with President Trump. So let's look at my current estimate on what the election is going to go. I said I'm going to be doing a video every week. I'll probably do another one this week, just doing my updated election prediction, and I'll be doing that every week now. So actually, we get 2 videos every week. So I completely just lied to you, but that's fine. Okay, so let's just fill out all the safe states. This is just kind of my I guess trailer for my prediction. So all the safe states for the Democrats: New York, Illinois, all of these little tiny states. I like to call them tiny states, but they all go to Joe Biden. So I'm gonna fill this out like if the polls are exactly right. So we'll fill out President Trump's safe states. He's not gonna lose any of these states. So let's say filling out all of President Trump's safe states. He's not going to lose them. Okay, so now let's just say that if the polls were exactly right, this is exactly what would happen. Okay, so if the polls were exactly right, 373 to 165 if the polls were exactly right. But they're not right. I mean, obviously they're not right. I mean, a poll came out today where it showed Joe Biden leading in Michigan by 16 plus points, which is just stupid. I mean, I really can't handle how dumb polls are anymore. I'm like literally gonna throw every single poll out because when you look at the oversampling of Democrats in some of these polls, man, it's unbelievable. But if you actually look at the polling aggregate, if you actually look at the registrations, this is more what the electoral map looks like. And I'll add one here. Let's do. I'll show you really quickly. All right, so if you really look at what the polls are showing, you're doing this right here, where it's more of a closer map. President Trump is going to win Iowa and Ohio, and these are the toss-up states. Everybody is neck and neck in these states. So those 5 states, not Iowa, excuse me. Those 6 states are what's going to determine the presidential election. Now, you can look at me and say, you know what, Legacy, Joe Biden's going to win Pennsylvania. Okay, sure, he can win Pennsylvania. Now, the registrations in Pennsylvania have been looking incredible for Republicans. I've been saying that Pennsylvania is going to Joe Biden for the past few weeks, but right now I would put it in President Trump's column because of the turnout. And like I said, we'll be getting all this in my election prediction. But this state right here, all of these states, I really don't know where they're going. These states are pure toss-ups. But for right now, I would put, like if I just had to say it, New Hampshire's going Democrat, Minnesota's going Democrat, and Michigan's going Democrat, and Wisconsin's going Republican, and Arizona's going Republican. So if I had to say it right now, this is where I'd put the map, but I don't have to say it right now. So we have lots of time left, but just kind of a recap. President Trump tested positive for coronavirus. I think this helps him. Go watch the vice presidential debate. The presidential debate was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, and this is my map for right now. But I'll be doing a more in-depth prediction later on this week, so I'll be looking for that. So, guys, thank you for watching this video. We're at 84 subscribers. Can we get to 100 by Election Day? Once again, please like this video down below and subscribe to the channel. So, this is Legacy Politics, signing out.